Hi, welcome back to my channel. My name is hautemesstom. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. If you are new here, welcome to messmas. It feels weird saying messmas after Christmas has passed, but that's what we're doing. We're calling it messmas. We're posting every day between December 1st and the 31st, or just the month of December. For Messmas, this year I have done a month-long project where I tried to use every piece of makeup in my makeup collection before the end of the year in the month of December. Every time I would use an item of makeup, I would put it in the box. Once an item was in the box, couldn't use it again until I've cycled through that entire category. I always use bronzers as an example. So like say I have 5 bronzers. So after I used all 5 bronzers, I could pull them out and then I could cycle through my bronzers again. We're far enough along in the project that I only have eyeshadows or the things that are like new to the project, and then I'm using things that I've already cycled through a couple of times. But my channel is really focused on loving my collection as it currently is, being critical of new makeup releases, and then also being critical of what we're bringing into our collection as well, because sometimes we make mistakes when we buy things, and it's okay to admit that. If that kind of content sounds good, if that kind of content sounds good to you, I would love to have you subscribe. Make sure you like this video, and also I'm on Patreon if you would like to support me there. This is the 29th time I'm doing this. Wow, okay, I only have to do it 2 more times after this. First things first, I'll eat your brains. Now, look at this, look at this. These? Okay, hold on, what's this shade called? So this is, if you watched my reviewing my things that I wanted from 2021, like beauty items, this was on the list, but I had bought it before that video was even recorded. This is Mint Money from Holo Taco. This is the metallic formula from Holo Taco. In my brain immediately went, I want all of them. But there's only one other shade that I think I'm gonna buy from this collection, because this finish, because it's like kind of textured. It reminds me of like, kind of, it's not multi-chrome, but like, it kind of reminds me of like the Cleona glitters. Couple thoughts, couple feelings. Today we are gonna be using my last Tom Ford quad. It is the Photosynthesex. I guess we're not allowed to say sex on this platform anymore. However, so it is this green guy. So let me tell you about my thoughts coming into using this palette. As I've been working through my eyeshadow palettes, I clearly don't want to have 31, or I don't want to have more than 31. I don't know if there's like a number that I like want to narrow it down to. But this is kind of repetitive in my collection. I really like greens. I do. I really like green. So we have like this green, which is actually not a green I'm interested in. However, this guy, this shimmer, is delightful. Every time I pull out this palette, that's what I want to use. But there's other shades in here. They're not my fave. And it's not like I don't have other greens in my collection that I can use. So I think what we're gonna call this is this, before I even start working on my face, before I start working on my eyes, this is gonna be the Photosynthesex's last hurrah. It's interesting, I did buy it this year. This was actually my first Tom Ford quad. Let's use it. Let's give it its last go. I've already primed my eyes, so we're not gonna talk about, looking ahead. I think what I'm gonna do is just put this in the crease and then put that on the lid. We're gonna keep it breezy, keep it simple, especially for complexion today. I also am keeping it simple, so I just figured let's keep it simple. I'm not even taking a Wayne Goss brush today. This is a Sephora brush. I don't know what collection it was from. It was clearly, I got it in gratis for sure. But this means to me that this was in a set of some sort, and I got one of the brushes from that set in gratis. Today, 2 videos are going live on my channel while as I'm recording this. Earlier today, I got the pleasure of posting one of my videos as a premiere. The VPN for my job, it wasn't working. Like, a lot of people were having issues with it, and I happened to be one of the people who had the issue. And it was like, when I say it was a lot of people, it's like they had extra people working in IT to call us and walk us through how to fix it. I'm literate enough with computers that when you can walk me through something, I can probably do it. But I can't imagine someone who's not computer literate trying to do that. I can't imagine. you know, let's not be rude to our IT people because they have to be walking through some people who really don't know what's going on. Like, I thought of a couple coworkers and I was like, this isn't a good day for them. This isn't a good day for them. Not getting walked through this process, no. I had a video that was going to go live at noon, and I didn't know how long I was going to be given the grace period of my VPN not working and IT calling me. And so I put it live earlier, and then I got to sit in a premiere with a bunch of lovely subscribers, and we had a chat while my favorites of 2021 played, and it was like very fun. I really like that. So I might do that in the future whenever my videos go live, but I don't know that I'm always available, so I don't want to make that like a promise. But I'm just taking that this shade and just putting it all over the lid. When I bought this was the, like I said, this was the first Tom Ford quad that I had purchased. I got it on Gilt when I got the bronzer. And this was when I realized, this was like around the time where I realized that like, if it's green, it's for me. And so I snagged this. Okay, I can't lie to you. This green shade is beautiful. Oh, it's so pretty. Okay, I'm never gonna use it. I'm never gonna use this palette enough for it to warrant me keeping this. So I'm gonna say it now. This is just, I mean, I've already said it in this video, but I'm gonna say it again. This is just gonna be the last hurrah. It is gorgeous. It's very easy to use, but I think it needs to be someone else's journey. I'm gonna put this gold in the inner corner. The thing is, if everything else was just as spectacular, if everything else was just as spectacular as this green, which is divine, like it's beautifully textured and it's like not super pigmented, but I think that's what I like about it. I think it's very pretty. Okay, that's that on that. And so the rest of everything today is going to be repeat stuff. But when I just bought it because I was like, oh, I can buy it. And that's part of the things that we need to be moving past, moving forward into the new year when I'm off my no-buy. Also, yesterday I filed my nails. Oh, thank God, because my nails were like flat on top and I can't handle that. Like, I can do really long stiletto acrylics. That's fine. I can function like that. But a flat nail, I can't do. So I rounded them out, give them more of like an almond shape. I'm not the best at shaping my nails, but like it's better. Like, I'm functioning better as a human. Like, I don't feel like I'm getting everything caught on my nail. So love that. Love that upgrade for me. I think I'm gonna get rid of this, or like declutter this. This is the Atelier face primer. I know I haven't really been using it for this project, but I really like the Atelier eye primer. We saw when I used, so I think what did I put on top of this the last time I used it? Was it the Lancome Tenti Dole? It might have been. I actually don't remember. Here's the deal. I actually don't hate this, but it's not as good as the other things. Like, I think I even like the Pat McGrath one more, but we'll see. It's going up against something very glossy today, so it might not look as bad. Today we're gonna use more of the Glossier Skin Tint for the base. I literally hope today is like the day where when I hear that from the bottle. I don't think so, but I don't know if you guys recall, last time I applied this with this brush and I really liked it. And so we're gonna repeat history. Do my brushes need cleaned? Yes. Sorry, need to be cleaned. So there's something, I don't know if it's like regional to southwestern Pennsylvania specifically, or if it's like kind of a Midwest thing. The interesting thing about Pittsburgh is like, it really wants to be a coastal city, but it isn't. But it also doesn't want to be a Midwest city, but also we're like so close to West Virginia. Is it like, are we South? We kind of have like this weird identity crisis as like an area. Anyway, so I lived in Chicago. I think I talked about this before, but for school when I was younger, when I was in college. And I boast myself not really having too much of a Yinzer accent. Like, there are things that I'll say that come out and I'm like, oh, that's like very much like I'm a very much a product of my parents because I said that like that. So if you're not familiar, like Pittsburgh has its like own lingo, sort of. So like, oh my God, I can't remember their name. Oh no, I'm so sorry, but I have a subscriber who's also from Pittsburgh, and we've joked about being like yinzers. There's nothing wrong with being a yinzer. I need you to know that. But when I was younger, I really prided myself on like not sounding like a yinzer. So if you're not familiar with yinzer, we say things. I'm now lumping myself in. We say things. The things that are said are like very weird. Like, so South, like people in Texas will say like y'all, and that just says like a conjunction of you all. For whatever reason, Pittsburgh, instead of saying like y'all, they'll say yins. They'll say yins, and often it's followed by guys. So like yins guys. So like, and it's I don't know. There's like books about it too. Like you can buy a translation book. Like we don't say downtown. It's like downtown. It's almost as if like we're just very lazy and don't want to open our mouths all the way to like talk. That's like the vibe of a yinzer. I learned that a regional thing that I do is I drop to be, which really explains why French was so hard for me, because like in conjugation it was like être, to be, je suis, tu es. Like I like couldn't, like my brain, because I'll say like my clothes need washed. I won't say my clothes need to be washed, but proper grammar is to be. Like you put the to be in there, and I don't do that. Anyway, so my brushes need to be washed. That's where this whole thing came from. I really thought, I was like, today's gonna be the day. I'm gonna pan it, but I didn't. So there's still some left in there. I mean, it's still looking glossy on top of the matte primer, but I will say it was harder to blend today, but that also could be because of the dirtiness of the brush. I actually grabbed the NARS again today to put under the eyes, because I after my last couple times with it, I have been enjoying it. I'm not gonna lie. I think I'm into it. I think I am. And I think that's okay. You know, it only took me until like 6 years after everyone else was really into it for me to get into it. This was really popular when I like came onto the scene on YouTube, like when I started watching YouTube to learn how to do makeup. Like people really liked this. Interestingly enough, even though like it was a very popular thing, it's something I never bought because it had radiant in it. And when I started makeup, I wanted nary a shine, but boy did I want sparkly powder just like going up my face. It's really funny. It's just really funny how the tides turn sometimes. I'm gonna do my powdering process and then we'll be right back to talk about other things. I'm gonna contour with the Rodial. Come on, Rodial. We only have a couple more days. If you don't hit pan, I don't know. Well, I don't know. It's like been a weird goal of mine for me to hit pan on this contouring powder throughout this project. And I was like, we're gonna do it. We're gonna. It's like when I was trying to pan my Burberry bronzer, how I was just like, I am gonna pan it. Like, I am. And we aren't. We aren't. We're not. I don't think so. Unless by some Christmas miracle or some New Year's Eve miracle, when I put a powder brush into this bronzer today, could you imagine? Oh my God, I should almost just do that for effect. But this is it. Well, I think I might be able to use it one more time, but this might be it. This is potentially my Burberry bronzer's last time being applied to my face. We've come a long way. That would really be pretty cool if that were the case, but I honestly don't think it's gonna be the case. But I did think about, like, should I pause and edit and like scrape some out so it like visibly appears? What a stupid thing. What a stupid like thing, like a little vision. I hope you all trust me to know that like that's not something that I would do, or like if you take me seriously enough, you know that I'm not like lying about things that I'm saying, because you know my experience with something is my experience with something, but like I would never go out of my way to like exaggerate the truth. I mean, maybe if you watch my favorite products of 2021, I do get a little more hype about products on there because those are the things I'm most excited to reach for, and I think it's okay to be excited about product, but it's also, I'm gonna say this, and this is like not meant to be mean, but I will say this. It's like not really, it's not like someone who makes content's responsibility. Like, I'll do my best to remind people. Like, it's like, hey, listen, do not buy this if it's out of your means. Do not buy this if you're on a no buy. Do not buy this if you're on a low buy. Do not buy this unless A, B, and C. But people are going to do whatever they're going to do. But like, I think I should also, as someone who is working on buying less, being smarter about the purchases that I'm making, I think I'm still allowed as a content creator to be very excited about products that I have found and worked for me. I don't think that's like the philosophy of everyone who does a low buy, no buy, and like does that kind of content on YouTube. And that's okay. I don't think everyone has to agree on every aspect of it. But like, that's like my opinion, I guess. I don't know. Because also like a favorites video is like not really a recommendations video. Like, you might take it as that, but it's also like, anyway. I don't know if I got a little too heady there, so I do apologize. Today for blush, and I actually meant to talk about this in my favorites of 2021, so this one's just for you, the hardcores, the people who are here, the people who are watching messmas. It's this shade specifically, the Pat McGrath blush in Desert Orchid is like maybe my favorite blush shade I've ever used. It just is that girl. She's everything I want to be when I grow up. She's that girl. I do have a question for you. Why is it I feel like when I put Glossier's skin tint on, I feel like it looks like I have a full face of makeup. Okay, and then for highlight today, I grabbed Phosphine, which I talked about yesterday, but I was mostly just talking about formulas yesterday when it came to Ritual Defee and their highlighters. You know what I'm really excited to do? Oh my god, okay, here's a little insider sneak peek. So, since I will be allowing myself to buy things, I don't think it's appropriate to call talking about new releases as anti-hauls anymore. I feel like I'm gonna have to like own up and like call it something else. So I've come up with a new name. I'm gonna spoil it here for you, like you heard it first if you're watching this video, but I think I'm gonna call it Critical Sass whenever I talk about new releases, because I think I mean I say it a lot, but I think being critical of things is like more so what we're doing than like mocking. You know, sometimes it leans into a mockery kind of way, but I think it's important to realize that we're talking about like brands, we're not talking about people, so I think it's okay to be critical. So, I don't know, I think that's what we're gonna call it, Critical Sass. I am kind of excited about it. I thought I was being really clever when I came up with it. Yeah, I think I'm gonna spray my face, put on mascara, and I will be right back. For lips, we're going to keep it very easy. You know, I'm really excited that my glosses are back. This is Love Potion from Pat McGrath. I remember complaining about this being milky when I used it last time. Honestly, I still don't know about this lip gloss. I think she needs to live in my collection as a topper. I could be wrong though. Okay, I'm gonna zoom in so we can take a look at the skin. All right, here we are. The Glossier skin tint looks really good. The cheeks, come on. Come on, cheeks. The eye is really pretty, you guys. The eye is really pretty. I know I can't keep this quiet. Okay, let's talk about it. As I always do in these videos, let's review everything that I used today. Okay, so this was limited edition. This is the Photosynthesex from Tom Ford. I cannot talk myself into keeping this. However, I have so many green eyeshadows. I feel like I'm getting duped. I feel like I'm getting duped. I have dupes, but I feel like I'm getting duped. There's something very special about this shade. I know. I know. We're gonna declutter. It's not even the money I spent on it. It's just like, it did such a beautiful job today. It hurts because it's actually like, I love this. Because this, I've talked about it on my channel before, this really speaks to that luxury gene in me. Like they're not pigmented. I don't think they're designed to be pigmented. They're designed for ease of use. And I was able to put just 2 eyeshadows on my lid. Well, actually 3. I forgot I put the gold on the inner corner, but I feel like that's very inconsequential to the look. But just that ruddy shade and then the green on it, like, come on. Like, that's a look. That's beautiful. That's easy for the girl on the go, for the person on the go, for the man on the go. I'm departing with it because it's just really redundant in my collection. If I'm going to pick out a green palette, it's always going to be the Natasha Denona 28 pan. It's going to be Metropolis. It's going to be Antiquities. These are things that I'm all going to reach for before this. So I think our time has come. But in the retrospective, I'm going to make a point to myself and to you with this. So I liked this today. It's throwing for me for a loop. So I think because I liked it today, I want to hold on to it because I think it worked really well with the Glossier, which I am almost out of the Glossier, but I want to try this with a couple other foundations, okay? I want to keep playing with it. I think I want this to make it to the new year for like a week. I would like to use it with every single foundation, just put this on and then see how all my foundations wear under it because I think it actually worked really well today. So it survives another day. The Glossier Skin Tint, I really like. It works really well for me. It's my jam. It's not my jam. I guess okay. Let's rewind. Let's not make claims that I don't really believe. I'm not the Glossier girl, right? But there are some things in Glossier that I find worthwhile for me. But also, when I'm trying to talk about things on my channel, obviously, I'm first and foremost, I'm talking about my experience and how these things work for me and like what I am looking in for makeup. And I try to be very clear about that. Like, I really like light to medium coverage. So something like the Glossier Skin Tint works for me because I like a sheer coverage. That's what I don't mind a full coverage, but that's not what I'm consistently seeking. So I don't find myself to be like the Glossier girl where like I want to look like I'm not wearing any makeup because I don't think I look like I'm not wearing any makeup today. I feel like I look like I'm wearing just as much makeup as I am any other time I'm on YouTube. I don't know about you, but that's how I feel. So for whatever reason, me and this product get on. However, I'm very aware and I see and I know that other people don't like this product. So that's why whenever I talk about it, I almost like negatively spin it because it's like, this works for me. But I could not confidently like recommend everyone go buy this, right? There's not enough oomph for that. Like, I know that I have a very personal experience with this product in particular because when I see other people in my sphere talk about Glossier Skin Tint, it's not as good as whenever I talk about it. So I just try to be cognizant of that. Does that make any sense? I don't know. I'm gonna leave that in. You figure out what I was trying to say. The Radiant Creamy Concealer continues to impress. My whole world has flipped upside down during this project. I swear to God. But yeah. Okay, she lives another day too. But if I like this, the step up is like the Armani concealer. So I like them both. And I think I can use them both. So I think that this is something that adds value to my collection for right now. But like the Pat McGrath foundation, it's not something I'm gonna buy again because I like something else more. The blush from Pat McGrath, Desert Orchid, she's the real one. She's, oh my God. Do not like the packaging on the Pat McGrath blushes, but she's a real one. She did that. She's like my go-to blush. I love her. My Burberry bronzer. I think I have one more bronzer to go and then I'll use this on the last day. I'll use this on my last look for messmas because it's my OG. It's my OG. I feel like a little ping. I feel like a little moment. Just like my brain's like, oh, wow, I'm feeling oddly emotional about this. And I'm not really precious about makeup. Like, obviously, like, I was like having a little bit of trouble with this, but it's like, this was really expensive. Not that this wasn't expensive, but like, this was really expensive. I really like it. I also really like this. However, this is new to me and this is really old to me. Like, this has been, like, the thing about it is like, I owned this before I was like wearing makeup. So like I bought this in a concealer and like I was wearing that and I was like, I'm doing it. I'm wearing makeup. I'm a makeup connoisseur. Except I wasn't. It's pre-YouTube. It's pre me being really into makeup. It was like something I don't know. I just like I don't know why I'm feeling emotionally attached to it, but I do. I'm gonna miss her whenever she's gone, but she's not the one anymore. Phosphine. Looking gorge. Where am I putting highlighters now? Okay. I had an organizational system for the box that I set into motion and then I kind of like blew that up. One last thing, the Love Potion lip gloss. Now that it's been on my lips for a bit, it's much better. But when I was first putting it on, I didn't care for it. I think I will probably mostly use this as a topper, or I will have to put it on and then forgot I put it on and then look at the mirror to make sure that I like it. if that makes sense. Like, I like the way it looks now, but when I freshly applied it, I did not. That was the 29th day of Messmas. Here's a real question to my devotees, to my beauties out there. What I'm hoping, I am thinking about Messmas next year because I think I do want to post every day. But listen, this could be something I could do off camera, but I'm sitting here and chatting with you. We're filming. The meter's running, as they say. So I think I don't think that doing this project again next year is a bad idea. However, I want it to be less days, if that makes sense. Like, I would probably start recording Messmas recording my project, starting the Messmas project earlier, you know, so I can record kind of at my leisure. Like, I'm talking October. And, like, kind of do it off screen, like, not let people know that that's what I'm doing. I don't know how to work it because I also want to do content that isn't the project too in conjunction. So, like, I want it to add up to 31 days, but I don't want the box project. I'll have to come up with a better name for it because I don't want Messmas to be synonymous with this project, even though it has been this year. So I want it to be, like, a lot of the content for next December. But I don't want it to be all the content. Instead of, like, you know, how I posted my 2021 year-end faves as well as a project video, like, those came out on the same day. Like, I just want to have the ability to, like, have a days afforded to content that isn't the project. So obviously, I still want to declutter some of my eyeshadows. My eyeshadow palettes, because it still feels like a lot. Like, I did not declutter that many, like, eyeshadow palettes. 2 quads, I think, has been it. But there is a Pat McGrath palette that's, like, on the chopping block, but I want to spend a little more time with it. It's kind of a twofold thing with the Mothership palette. I'm talking this out. I don't know why. We're talking like it's a therapy session. With the Pat McGrath Mothership 4, which is, I have, like, twofold thoughts with it. Where it's like, I would like to play with it more to see if I like it. But also, it also feels like a bit of a chore to do. But it doesn't mean I won't like it. That's the thing. It's like, do I declutter it and, like, not give it another chance and then just, like, not think about it anymore? Or, flip side, other side of that coin, do I play with it a few more times and see if I get it? Because the quality is obviously there. It's like a Pat McGrath palette. But it just is so much different than the other Motherships that when I look at it, I'm like, I don't know what to do with you. I don't know what to do with you. However, if that Mothership was in a quad situation, like if it was like this, like, and there was like 4 of those shades in one of these, I think I would get it a lot more. But something about there being 10 of them feels weird. And 2 of them are blue, if I remember correctly. So I don't know. I'm going to wrap up the video. I'm just going to wrap up the video. If you are new here and you watch this whole video, you clearly loved spending time with me. I would love to have you subscribe, and that would make the most sense. So then you could see me again. Don't forget to like this video on your way out the door. And don't forget that I'm on Patreon. If you want to find me there, that's up to you. You do you. Just remember to follow your haute. And you will find me. I will see you in tomorrow's video. I only have to say that 2 more times. Or is that 1 more? Because it's the 29th. So tomorrow will be the 30th. I only have to say it 1 more time. I'll see you in tomorrow's video. Bye, friends. I say that it's like only 1 more time until December. Until next December. Should I be afforded the quality of life to be here next December? All right. That was depressing to leave it on. Bye.